I've been lucky to get to do some pretty cool things in my swimming career so far. I've been really lucky and I'm super grateful. But what just happened? What just happened to kick off one of my podcast episodes with a guest that you might know. If you don't know, well, you should be following me on Instagram, because if you did follow me on Instagram, which I'll have the link to my Instagram in the top comment of this video, go click it, follow it, come back. If you did follow me on Instagram already, you've probably already been tipped off onto who I had on my podcast that is coming out this Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. But what happened to kick off that podcast was easily the best 2 minutes, maybe sub 2 minutes, around minute 54 seconds of my swimming career so far. What started off with me just asking a question to one of my idols in the swimming commentary space and just the swimming space in general, Rowdy Gaines. What started off as just a question, me asking him, what's it like to do commentary? Give me a little bit of insight into your world, because he does much larger production commentary than I've ever done. And maybe I'll get to do that someday. That's the dream. That's the dream goal. So I wanted a little bit of insight. I wanted y'all to get a little bit of insight into, that world. And luckily in that podcast, in the full length podcast, you get a ton of insight into that world, into Rowdy Gaines, the Rowdy Gaines world. And whether you like him or not, he's great for the sport, and he has a really, really difficult job to do. But what started off with a question that I just wanted to pose to Rowdy to let him kind of spill just a little bit of inside information on the commentary world ended up with, a response that I was not prepared to get from someone that I've always looked up to. And I'm just going to let that clip run now. This is an interesting moment for me because as a kid, I grew up on, I want to say, your prime time of commentary, which was '08. And I remember being in my living room listening to you and Dan Hicks just kind of going back and forth. And it was a big moment for the sport. And you kind of got to put your voice on it, whether you like to, take any of the credit or not. You are a large part of that piece of history in the sport. And so I do want to talk a lot about commentary. And just kind of, selfishly, I want to hear from your perspective, a lot of like the things that you do, how you feel about it. I've gotten to do a little bit of commentary. I got to do some really low level commentary, luckily, some solo commentary, which is, I think, outside of some of the really big production stuff, the most difficult job in the world is talking to yourself for the internet. But give me just kind of like a high level view, or you can go as like drilled down as you want to. What's like a day in the life of an Olympic commentary day like?
Well, Kyle, first of all, you have done so much for the sport of swimming in this short span of time. I think everybody in the swim world knows who you are now. And I think that is a real testament to your stick-to-itiveness, if that's a word. And the fact that, man, you just hammer it home. You work your butt off, and I think doing something like that, getting to your question, is going to really pay off for you in the end. You're still young, man. How old are you?
29.
Yeah, dude. I didn't even start until my first Olympics was in 1992. So I would have been 33 years old.
The full Rowdy Gaines podcast drops at 10 a.m. Central Time this Saturday. I hope I'll see y'all there. Get down in the comments section, go crazy, hit that like button. But once again, thanks y'all for all the support so far. Getting to do something like this is a result of y'all latching on to what I'm doing and dropping comments and stuff like that. And, one of the things that really keeps me going and, helps in my stick-to-itiveness, as Rowdy Gaines would say, is the comments that y'all put out there and the likes that y'all throw on these videos. It makes me realize that you guys do support this content. You're interested in this content, and it helps keep me going, even though my pockets might not be overflowing with money. Eventually that could be a really cool thing because I can dump it all back into the swimming space and create a really cool channel. So keep liking, keep commenting. I'll see y'all at 10 a.m. Central Time this coming Saturday, just in a couple days, for the full Rowdy Gaines podcast. Like the video, drop a comment. Don't forget to go to that top comment in this video, hit that Instagram link, follow me on Instagram if you want a little bit of inside information or maybe a backstage pass to the life of an internet swimming commentary guy. 10 a.m. Central Time, Saturday. I'll see you there. See ya.